that we often see asked here at Eyelash Excellence, as well as on forums, is can we lash pregnant clients? And you will no doubt see lots of pregnant women wearing lashes. So there was a real divided opinion on this, and again you'll see some on forums saying yes and some saying no, and some just won't know, hence why the question is asked. Now, as lash experts, we should be experts at all things lashes, but when it comes to anything medical or something like pregnancy, it's very unlikely that unless you have a previous medical background, you are not going to be an expert in this field. Therefore, we must take advice from those that know their stuff. So based on this research that we've done, here at Eyelash Excellence, we recommend that we should never ever lash pregnant clients. And here are the reasons why. Now, there was a lot of medical jargon that goes into this, so we're going to break it down in really simple terms just to make it really quick and easy to explain why this is not recommended. Now, as we know, any client at any time could react to having a set of eyelash extensions done, and this could be a reaction to any product that we use. So the glues, maybe the pads, primers, accelerators, bonders, etc, etc. So if a client does suffer a reaction, it actually can range from mild to actually very, very severe. And if it was a severe reaction, for example, when the body goes into anaphylactic shock, what happens is the body actually releases very, very high levels of histamine, and actually this can be life-threatening or fatal. So you will see this sometimes if somebody is allergic to bee stings or shellfish. There are incidents where this has been fatal to that person. Now, in pregnancy, this could actually cause a maternal hemorrhage, which can then cause severe fetal brain damage in that unborn child. And of course, it can also be potentially life-threatening to both the mother and the unborn child. Now, the usual treatment for this during pregnancy would be exactly the same as non-pregnancy. So adrenaline is always the treatment of choice, as well as intravenous fluids and other medications to help maintain blood pressure. But of course, if there is low blood pressure in the mother, then this can lead to low blood flow to vital organs in the fetus, especially the brain, hence the possibility of brain damage in that unborn child. So you can see from that, if this was to actually happen, it is actually potentially very, very damaging, and why we actually do need to avoid this, especially in pregnant clients. Now also, when pregnant women lay on their backs, the weight of the uterus can compress a major blood vessel called the VENA CAVA. This can disrupt blood flow to the fetus, which then can cause nausea, dizziness and a shortness of breath. Now, if the blood flow is reduced to the fetus for more than 5 minutes, then brain injuries can occur. Also, talk to any pregnant women or those that have been pregnant. They can vouch that it is extremely uncomfortable to lay flat on their backs for any length of time. So this means that they're going to have to be moving around constantly to be comfy, and also to reduce the risk of this compression. And this is going to make your job really hard too. You know, we can't hit a moving target, and when it comes to lashing, we actually really do need that client to be still. Now, because the industry is actually unregulated across the globe, and insurance companies, if you are in a country where you do require insurance, a lot of these insurance companies are not specialists when it comes to lashes, and they're not specialists like we're not in medical science. As such, we actually don't have any laws or rules or guidelines given to us to follow, which is the reason why so many lash artists do not know the answer to this. Now, a lot of insurance companies will say it's okay to lash pregnant women, and my insurance company, for my personal clients, does say it's okay to lash pregnant women. So again, a lot of technicians that then do get this information from their insurance companies are guided solely by that. In addition to this, if you are using safe products, technically it is safe to lash a pregnant client like it is safe to lash every other client, but you have to consider everything that we've spoken about. The what if something was to go wrong, what could potentially happen. So this is why we have to look at the risks that are posed to pregnant clients and take the advice that is given to us by medical professionals who are experts in this, and not go by our own beliefs as lash artists that don't have that medical background. And this is why we take this very, very seriously at Eyelash Excellence, and we give out this information of what we recommend. Now, of course, at the end of the day, it's always going to be up to you as to what you decide to do. Another thing for you to consider is that we do also live in a massive compensation culture. This means that if anything was to go wrong, not only is it going to be extremely distressing for the mother, the family, and for yourself as a lash artist, but you could potentially have a lawsuit coming after you. And although this is very, very unlikely, I think we always have to have it in the back of our minds of worst case scenario, what is going to happen. Now, I'm going to throw a personal story that I had in as a young lash artist when I'd only been in the industry about a year. And I always took a stance not to lash pregnant women based on this information. And this was back in the day where a lot of us did consultation forms in person rather than online. And the consultation in my salon was always when a client came for a patch test, she would have her consultation and her patch test, and then if everything was okay, she would come back, let's say a week later, and have her lashes done. So this client came in, filled out her consultation form, and she noted down there that she was pregnant. So this meant that I had to say with her that I do not lash pregnant women and explain the reasons why. Now, I did know this client through a friend of a friend. As such, we had spoken in the past several years prior. And I think that's one of the reasons why she messaged me to tell me that sadly she'd had a miscarriage. And she messaged this 2 days after I had her booked in for her full set. So within my salon, I book the patch test and then I book the full set about a week later so that I've got both their appointments there. And if the patch test was to show a reaction, I would then cancel the full set. So imagine if I had decided to lash her, I'd done her patch test and she was fine. She'd come back for a full set of lashes, and then 2 days after those lashes, she'd had a miscarriage. As a lash artist, would you be blaming yourself for that? And as a client or a member of the family of the client or as a friend, would they be looking for something to blame? Because sometimes people do want answers. They want to find a reason as to why things happen. And sometimes it is just one of those things, and other times it could be for a reason. So do you want to be the lash artist that potentially if this was to happen, you're going to be the one who's having the finger pointing at you and you're going to feel awful, not only so sad for that client, but also thinking that people are blaming you and people are coming after your business for potentially something that they believe that you have done, a product that you have used. And we still know that lash extensions do have a bad name. There's still so much bad work that goes on out there. There's clients that have serious reactions. There's clients that have lashes ripped out. So I just think we have to be very, very careful. But ignoring even that story that I've just told of my own personal experience, we have to look at the medical advice that is given to us through experts and go by that. So just to round all of these up, guys, this is why Eyelash Excellence recommends that you do not lash pregnant clients. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's up to you to take the information that is provided to you and go with that. So we do hope that you found this information useful to you. If you have enjoyed it and you have found it useful, please give us a thumbs up. Please drop us a comment. If you've got any of your own stories from lashing pregnant women or not lashing them, again, please drop them in the comments because we'd really like to know your stance on it, because I think it just helps to give the industry an overall idea of what the stance is on this. Don't forget to subscribe to us. We have lots of videos on lots of different subjects, from practical lashing to more in-depth technical theory, as well as subjects like this which make up all part of lashing. And if you are a lash artist and you're looking for good quality products that are all approved and some of the safest out there, please jump over to the Eyelash Excellence shop, because we have a big range of products there that we ship internationally, super quick shipping. Some of the highest quality products that you're going to find out there, because we know how frustrating it is to not find good quality products. So we've done all of the testing over the years to make sure that you have access to the best quality products out there. So yeah, please come and visit us there, and we hope to see you at our next video.